buy my drum kit. I'm here in my garage with these books, not a Lamborghini. Hey, so I'm here in my garage, by my drum kit, and I'm gonna just tell you a quick mistake that I made when, building this snare drum. Um, if you ever have a problem, if you've ever gotten new snares for your snare drum, and for some reason, like forever, your snares sound way too loose as well as sounding way too tight at the same time, this might be your problem. So, I actually see these are pure sound snare wires, and they're like a little bit modified because I tried to they were messed up. So the snares, in fact, are much too long. I got the wrong size snare wires for my 14-inch snare drum. I didn't think that Long and McQuaid or any music store would just have on their shelf, on the rack, a bunch of 15-inch snare wires. So I didn't look. I just grabbed them, bought them, tried to put them on my drum, and I've never been able to get the snare sounding the way I want it to. I switched them to some, I think they're actually meant for a 13-inch snare drum because they're pretty small, but they work way better. You'd be really surprised that these things sound better because they are like 10 strands. They're so small, it's nuts. So I'm going to show you them right now. So here they are. As you can see, there's like only 2 strands. They are so small. I'll show you the comparison, saying that I got the wrong snares. See how it sits right on the bearing edge? And it does it on both sides. That's not good. I know that a 20 strand is way better than like, well, I don't even know what this is, 10 strand, 15 strand? I know they would be way better, but they aren't. The reason why I know these are the wrong size is because I flipped over my other snare drum, and they didn't come anywhere near the bearing edge. They actually probably came to about here instead of up here. But what I have learned is if they're way too close to the bearing edge, it pops a wheelie, and only a part of the snares will actually touch the bottom head, which gives you that like weird delayed snare buzz. So you get the first snare buzz, and then like a half second later, it goes whoosh. So it's like a snare buzz that swells afterwards. So it's super weird. So maybe you're having that problem with your snare drum too. So I encourage you to make sure when you get new snares to get the right size. So yes, I made a bad move, and I bought the wrong snares before, and I'm using really, really tiny snares. But they actually sound better because they work. There are apparently 15-inch snare wires, because apparently there are 15-inch snare drums. And some music stores carry them in stock. So be careful. I made a mistake by buying the wrong snare wires. And if your snare drum does that kind of like delayed snare buzz or snare response, you might have the same issue. So when you go get snare wires, make sure you look for the size of the drum they're supposed to be going on. Because some music stores will actually carry 15-inch snare wires, and or I'm assuming these are 15-inch snare wires, and I'm not just whack, but every snare that I've looked at now has smaller snare wires than that, like shorter, not width-wise. And yeah, get the right snare wire so you don't mess up the sound of your drum and go, why can't I fix this? It's true though, my 10 strand snare wire sounds better than my 20 strand pure sound snare wire because they actually are hitting the head properly. I thought for a while, man, maybe my snare beds are whack and I need to get those fixed, but how do I fix that on a steel snare drum? Nope, it was just the snares. I was wrong. I had the wrong ones. I'll probably fix them eventually because I already bought them, and the wires are only held on by solder, so you can melt it, snip the wires, and then shorten it. So I might fix it later, but if you ever have that problem, you might have gotten the wrong snare wires. So always check and see if you have the right things before you start swapping stuff. Anyways, that's it for me. Remember to dream big, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.